Hey everyone, Grayson the Bard here, and welcome back to day 65 of the Hunt-A-Day. It is American Thanksgiving today, and for those of you who celebrate, happy Thanksgiving, and for those of you who don't, happy Thursday. I hope you're having a great day, and as per the contract, the reason for the season, today we're going to be carving up a bird, and I figured what better way to celebrate this glorious day than fighting a relatively easy monster, one we fought before, Yankutku. Nothing too crazy. This definitely isn't one of the April Fool's Day quests that Frontier has, and... Are those sunglasses? Huh. Well, I wonder what this... Oh. Oh, I see. Hypnocatrice is a bird wyvern introduced in Monster Hunter Frontier, and that's who we're actually going to be fighting today. Still going to carve up a bird as per the contract, but I've been thinking of trying to experiment with a couple more, bits at the beginning of these episodes. Let me know what you think. Yeah, did it land? Was it fun? Would you like to see more of it? I don't know, I'm having a blast. Also, if I sound a little bit different today, it is entirely because I am doing some repainting and renovating in my bedroom where I record pretty much everything that I do, and so my current recording setup looks like this, and likely will for the next 2 days as I get everything painted and moved back in, so hopefully audio isn't too bad, but if it is, that's why, and it will be better soon. Alright, so let's get into Hypnocatrice. This is the monster that I really wanted to hunt today, in part because it kind of looks like a big old turkey, and in part because it's a cool Frontier original bird wyvern, and it is actually one of only 4 monsters that started off in Monster Hunter Frontier that eventually made its way to the mainline series. Those being Espinos, Flaming Espinos, Hypnocatrice, and Lavazioff of all things. Hypnocatrice is one of the first large monsters you hunt in Monster Hunter Frontier after the standard Velocidrome and Yankutku, the original Gen 1 and Gen 2 tutorial monsters, and Hypnocatrice is meant to kind of be an introduction to the kinds of monsters that Frontier is bringing to the table, a little bit more out there, a little bit more wild. At a base level, it is a big old bird that looks a lot like a shoebill crane, and I absolutely love shoebills. They're some of my favorite birds. They look menacing and doofy in equal measures, and I'm all about that life. It has a very nice, deep reddish-brown base color to its fur and feathers, but then gets a more, bright, saturated, purplish pink at the tips of the feathers, which I just think looks really good and striking. It is a sleep monster, one of the few early game sleep monsters that we see in the series. Usually that role is reserved for a Great Baggy, but I really like it on a bird wyvern skeleton, and it uses a lot of sleep attacks, but it doesn't use them, too much. It always keeps them pretty much as a defensive mechanism more so than offensive, at least in the versions of it that I've hunted so far. A lot of what it actually uses to attack are big, powerful kicks. The version that I am hunting today is the hardcore variant, which is essentially, in Frontier, pretty much every monster has a hard mode, which adjusts its visual aesthetics a little bit. In this case, I think it's a little bit bigger, and I think it has some additional texture on its jaw, and it gives them additional moves and additional abilities, and sometimes even additional elements. For Hypnocatrice, what I think it does, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it gives it additional wind pressure, because I get knocked around a lot in this fight, my god. But all in all, it goes pretty well. I really like Hypnocatrice in, the same way that I like pretty much every monster. I can count on one hand the number of monsters I genuinely don't like, but I also don't have, a love for Hypnocatrice like I do some of the other Frontier monsters that I've been introduced to. Hypnocatrice is just kinda okay. He's cool, he's fine, he's a big old bird, and I like big old birds. Now, in terms of if I think we're going to see him again, absolutely. I think he is a slam dunk for showing up in the mainline because he's already been in the mainline. He has only appeared in one mainline game outside of Frontier, being Monster Hunter Freedom Unite on the PSP, but he's still been in mainline already, so there is a precedence for him to show up. So I think whenever they bring more Frontier monsters back, he is going to be there. And I still think they're going to bring back a good number of Frontier monsters in Monster Hunter Wilds, so I'm going to say Hypnocatrice has a very high chance of showing up. He is grounded enough to fit with what Monster Hunter Wilds is looking like it's trying to be design-wise. And he is, like I said, he's already been in the mainline, so there's a precedent. I'm going to call my shot. I'm going to say 10 out of 10 for returning in Monster Hunter Wilds. If we don't see him, I will be surprised. And then because of that, 10 out of 10 for returning in a future Monster Hunter game as well. Gonna wrap things up there for today because I am getting sore sitting on my floor, and I gotta start painting so that I can have a desk again sooner rather than later. So, once again, for those of y'all who celebrate the holiday today, happy Thanksgiving. For those of you who don't, happy Thursday. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. Don't if you don't. And until next time, I'll see you next time.